experiencing a no-signal error or black screen on your Sceptre monitor? Understanding the input recognition process is key to solving these issues. When your monitor and source device fail to communicate properly, you get connection failures. Let's understand why this happens. Your monitor and device need to establish communication through a process called a handshake. This involves exchanging display data, negotiating resolution, and refresh rates. First, the device requests display information. The monitor responds with its capabilities. Finally, they agree on settings and begin transmitting the video signal. Four key components are involved in this process: the input ports, internal scaling chip, monitor firmware, and the cables connecting everything. Input ports, like HDMI, receive the signal. The scaling chip processes it. Firmware controls the detection algorithms, and cables carry the signal between devices. Problems typically stem from three areas: the source device, the cable connection, or the monitor port itself. Let's identify each area. Source devices can have driver problems or wrong output settings. Cables may be poor quality or damaged. Monitor ports can have physical damage or firmware issues. Using the correct input port is crucial. Many monitors have multiple ports, and selecting the wrong one is a common cause of no-signal errors. We'll use a systematic approach. First, check basic power and connections, then test different inputs, and finally isolate which component is causing the problem. Understanding these fundamentals gives you the foundation to systematically troubleshoot any input recognition issue with your Sceptre monitor. Begin troubleshooting with basic diagnostics. The power cycle procedure is your first line of defense against input recognition issues. Turn off both devices, disconnect power cables for 30 seconds, then reconnect the monitor first, followed by the source device. Power on the monitor, then the source device. Next, verify the input source using your monitor's menu system. Test each available input port systematically to identify which connections are working. Cable issues account for 45% of monitor connectivity problems. Test with different known working cables to rule out cable-related failures. For computer sources, driver problems cause 30% of input recognition failures. Update your graphics drivers through Device Manager and verify display settings. For gaming consoles, verify video output settings. Check resolution modes and temporarily disable HDR for testing compatibility with your monitor. Current data shows that cable-related issues account for 45% of monitor connectivity problems, while driver problems are responsible for 30% of input recognition failures. If all previous steps fail, consider performing a factory reset on your monitor to restore default settings, or check Sceptre's website for firmware updates that may resolve compatibility issues.